Let's bring in Robert Greenway. He is the former National Security Council Senior Director for Middle Eastern Affairs and the Director of the Center for National Defense at the Heritage Foundation. Sir, thank you very much for joining us. I want to get your reaction to a lot of news that is happening at this hour. Most recently, this just in from the Israeli Rescue Service, at least 260 bodies were removed from that music festival that came under Hamas attack. This is just absolutely awful as we continue to learn just the brutal details and reality of what has happened and unfolded over the past 24 hours.
No, thanks, Sandra, for having me on, and condolences to those in Israel that are mourning an absolutely horrific loss. And the images that you cite, I think, are a stark reminder of what they and we confront. And I say we because in all probability, Americans are unfortunately, tragically, among those wounded, killed, or held hostage. There are some 200,000 Americans at any given time in the state of Israel, which reflects the strong bonds between our countries. In the days ahead, they'll need our strong support to resolve what accurately has been described as their 9/11. And like ours, the intent here is to escalate the conflict, and that really is the unique U.S. contribution going forward, to limit the degree to which this conflict requires Israel's attention. And I hope we can do that.
Just trying to imagine what the next couple of hours look like here. I should say a couple of days at least, knowing that this is could go on for quite some time. Do you believe that there's going to be a ground invasion of the Gaza Strip sometime soon? Is that something that happens in the next couple of days or even sooner?
I do think that is what's going to happen. I think there's no other way to accomplish their objective, and there's really no way to eliminate the threat from Hamas without a ground incursion. I do think it will take days for Israel to conduct preparation. No force has been better prepared. They know every centimeter of ground. But as your previous guest pointed out, there was an intelligence failure, and so clearly our understanding and Israel's understanding of what's going on inside Gaza is not as perfect as it needs to be, but I think that'll be rectified if it hasn't been already, and the United States can contribute to that. But I do think within a matter of days, a ground incursion will occur, and that is exactly what I think the attack from Hamas is intended to accomplish, and that risks a much greater regional escalation, and that's what we have to be on guard to prevent.
Our Jen Griffin updating us on this move to move in more of our U.S. Navy ships, move them closer to the region. Just an update on the U.S. moving this carrier strike group to the eastern Mediterranean. Sir, the United States has begun moving the USS Gerald R. Ford carrier strike group to the eastern Mediterranean. Includes U.S. Navy aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford, the Ticonderoga class guided missile cruiser USS Normandy, as well as the Arleigh Burke class guided missile destroyers. What does this move tell you?
So it's a tremendous commitment to Israel and what is to transpire. I think it is us attempting to restore deterrence that unfortunately I think we've dismantled since 2021 in our efforts to appease Iran. In March, Secretary of Defense Austin testified to the House that the United States had undertaken 83 attacks from Iran and only responded to 4. This, combined with our lax enforcement of sanctions and the most recent hostage payment of $6 billion, gives you some indication of how deterrence has been dismantled quite deliberately, and now is going to have to be restored. Now the conflict is upon us, we have to restore it. The move of the Ford Strike Group is a good one, and it's a first step towards restoring deterrence.
We know that also the White House has told us that the President Biden and Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, have had exchanges already. They will have continued conversations as this moves forward. The President has conveyed additional assistance for the Israeli Defense Forces. What do you see this looking like, our communications with Israel, as they take this fight on in a bigger and bigger way in the coming hours?
I think it's better now, but let's be honest. The first meeting between the President and the Prime Minister occurred at the UN General Assembly in September, just a few weeks ago. They should have met immediately after the election. It was a missed opportunity. I think we've got some restoration to do with the relationship, but it's strong, and I think that the point can't be missed either by our friends and allies in the region in Israel and our enemies, that the bond between Israel and the United States is strong, and it will remain so, and will support Israel in this a conflict, again, that we share.
Robert, really appreciate you joining us on that. It is going to be a lot of changing situation over the next few hours. How long do you expect this war to go on?
Well, if we can successfully prevent this from escalating beyond Gaza, prevent it from escalating to the West Bank, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, or Yemen, which all could be involved as surrogates and proxies of Tehran, then I think we're looking at probably months, honestly, before anything could be concluded. But this is a time of choosing for the United States. We can't support Tehran and Jerusalem. We have to pick.
Got it.
And hopefully we'll pick our partner and ally.
Robert, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.